Embrace Moderation and Control Cravings. Article: Strategies to Eat Moderately. Strategies to eat moderately. Practice moderation to enjoy all your favorite foods and still lose weight. You've had a tough day and decided to indulge in food. Before you know it, you have eaten much more than you planned, and you feel frustrated and out of control. You tell yourself you have ruined everything and you will eat whatever you want for the rest of the day since you have already failed. Sounds familiar? If so, you might have an all or nothing mindset about food. What is the all or nothing mindset? The all or nothing mindset is a negative thinking pattern where you think in extremes. You see situations as a success or failure, black or white, good or bad, and nothing in between. Here are some examples of different all or nothing mindsets related to common eating struggles. Extreme expectations. If I can't eat perfectly for 1 week, then I've failed and won't eat healthy at all. Restricting. I have to cut out all carbs. Cravings. I didn't eat chips for 2 weeks, but it was so hard, so I ate the full bag of chips in one sitting. Overindulging. Since I can't eat dessert, I ate 3 plates of food and now I'm stuffed. Guilt. I cheated and ate bad foods this week. I feel horrible. What causes us to think this way? Restrictive diets, placing judgment on your food, whether it's good or bad, eventually leads to the repetitive cycle of deprivation, cravings, overeating, and guilt. Perfectionism, striving to be perfect, leads you to believe that you are a failure if you are not. Extreme language, using words such as always, never, everything, ruined, shouldn't, or can't, closes the door to compassion, creativity, and joy. An all or nothing mindset is how many people approach nutrition and lifestyle, making improving health and consuming foods in moderation difficult or nearly impossible. This is why we encourage moderation. What is moderation? Moderation is the practice of avoiding extremes. For example, not overindulging or eliminating specific foods. Moderation is a gray area, not black and white like the all or nothing mindset, and it's the key to living a balanced life. Here's a side-by-side comparison of all or nothing thinking and a moderation mindset. All or nothing, I will eliminate chocolate from now on. Moderation, I'll eat 1 small piece of chocolate every day. All or nothing, I'll stop eating carbs. Moderation, I will incorporate whole grains into my meals. All or nothing, I will avoid parties and eating dessert. Moderation, I'll enjoy a glass of wine and a treat at the party. Moderation is the end game. Now let's talk about the journey to get there. Create a moderation mindset. The language you use to describe what you eat and drink impacts your attitude towards your eating experiences. Creating an empowering mindset around eating can help you be in control and rediscover the joy of eating. Here are strategies to shift your perspective. Shift your perspective. Healthy eating is the sum of everything you eat and doesn't mean restricting or cutting out foods you enjoy, even unhealthy foods you love to eat. One unhealthy meal does not mean you have ruined your plan. Give yourself permission to enjoy and eat all foods in moderation. Be kind to yourself, set realistic expectations, and be okay with imperfection. Be mindful of your words, the strict rules you are putting on yourself, and why you are setting these extreme expectations. Reach out to a mental health provider if you need support with your mindset about food. Changing your mindset is the first step to practicing moderation. How do I practice moderation? Here are some techniques to help you practice moderation and feel in control. Determine when you will splurge. You get to decide what moderation will look like for you in your lifestyle. Here are ways. Daily. Each day you can choose a 150 calorie treat. Weekly. Each week you can decide if you will have a higher calorie food or meal and how you will balance your calories around it. Celebrations. Regardless of what and where you are celebrating, you can choose to splurge at the event and decide how you will plan for the added calories. Planning for your splurges and meals helps you enjoy them without guilt. Develop a game plan. Think ahead. What does your week look like and how will you fit in moderation? Ask yourself what you need to practice moderation. Think through potential triggers and challenges and how you will overcome them. Ask for support and communicate what you need. Visualize your experience. What would you eat and how much would you have? Take control of your environment. Explore how your environment impacts your goals. What foods do you want to be portioned and ready to go for the week? Buy healthy foods and make them visible in your kitchen. What you surround yourself with is what you will crave and consume most. Eat something healthy before a treat. Healthy food will help fill you up and can decrease the number of treats you consume, which will help you eat in moderation. Example, have a side salad before you have something calorie dense. Create a healthy portion. Practice portion control with higher calorie foods and treats by tracking your calories to motivate you to stick to a healthy portion. Weighing and measuring food or using your hands as a guide. Using the balanced portion plate. Reading nutrition labels. After you portion out an appropriate amount, put the box or bag away. Eat mindfully. Use mindful eating to help you stick to a healthy portion, like drink water while you eat, slow down, and eliminate distractions. When you want to stop eating, put your food away and walk away from the kitchen. Brush your teeth, floss, use mouthwash, or chew gum. Be mindful and present as you enjoy higher calorie foods. This technique can be paired well with the 3-bite rule, which is when you enjoy 3 delicious bites and then push the plate away. Focus on healthy food you want to add to your plate. Your mindset plays a major role in successfully implementing moderation. Focus your energy more on what you want to eat instead of eliminating foods from your diet. Reflect, what does moderation mean and look like for you in your life? How will you enjoy your favorite foods and beverages in moderation? What have you learned so far that would help you practice moderation? Moderation helps you fully enjoy and sustain your healthy lifestyle. The first step to embracing moderation is to change your mindset and decide how you want moderation to look in your life. Pay attention to your words and thoughts about food and challenge them. Work with your coach to help you build awareness around your mindset about food. Change can be challenging, so practice being kind to yourself. Have fun embracing moderation this week. It's worth it. Article, understand your cravings. Understand your cravings. Learn the science behind cravings and strategies to manage them. Do you ever really want a particular food and that food is all you can think about eating? If so, then you have experienced a craving. What are cravings? Cravings are strong urges for food even when you are not hungry. They are natural and can be difficult to resist. Although cravings feel like they last forever, they are temporary. Pop quiz. What do you think is the most commonly craved food? A. Peanut butter. B. Chocolate. C. Chips. D. cheesy pizza. Although they all sound good, the most craved food is chocolate. Can you relate? Most people have experienced a food craving, but few know why cravings happen. Why do cravings happen? Here are some common reasons people experience cravings. Restricting food or dieting. Cutting out foods and eating too few calories can increase hunger and trigger cravings. The more you deny yourself food, the more you desire it. Emotions. It's common to have triggers for cravings when you are feeling stressed, anxious, bored, sad, excited, tired, lonely, or angry, especially if you use food for comfort. Chronic stress increases cortisol, which increases appetite, especially for sweet carbs. Always eating when you experience a particular emotion can feed your cravings and build an unhealthy habit in the long run. Waiting too long to eat. Getting to level 1 on the hunger scale or under eating can trigger cravings. Example, letting yourself go more than 4 hours without eating. Environmental cues. Seeing or smelling a certain food can increase cravings. Examples, watching a fast food commercial or a cooking show, passing a favorite meal in a restaurant, walking by a vending machine. Childhood memories can trigger cravings and food decisions. Example, if you always had ice cream with your family after dinner, you might experience the same craving as an adult. Hormonal changes. When your hormones fluctuate, it impacts your body. Examples, menstruation, pregnancy, sleep deprivation, or stress. Research shows that craving frequency and intensity increase about 4 days before the onset of menstruation. The imbalance of the hormones leptin, which inhibits hunger, and serotonin, which stabilizes mood, can also cause food cravings. Recognizing your triggers is the first step to controlling your cravings. Important, if you are consistently struggling with emotional eating, reach out to healthcare professionals or call the number on your insurance card for help. 3 steps to take control. The goal isn't to avoid cravings, but to feel in control when cravings happen and to develop healthier ways to manage them. Here are steps to help take control. Step 1. Take a mindful moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself what is happening at that moment. How are you feeling? Examples, frustrated, sad, angry, and so on. What triggered your craving? Example, you smell fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Step 2. Accept the craving and decide what actions you will take. You have the power to take a different action with your cravings based on how you are feeling. For example, if you are bored, the first technique of delay and distract found below might be helpful. Step 3. Reflect on your actions and learnings. Think about what actions you choose, whether it was giving in to your craving or choosing a strategy to overcome it. If you liked the route you took, how would you build on that and keep it up? If you didn't, what would you try next time a craving strike? Techniques to take control. Delay and distract. Cravings are temporary, so distracting yourself can do the trick, especially if you aren't hungry. Focus on what you're saying yes to when you choose to say no to a craving. Set a timer for 5 minutes to delay the craving and use some of the strategies below to distract yourself. Move. Examples, walk, dance, stretch, jumping jacks, or anything that gets you moving. Reach out to someone. Example, talk to your coworker, call a friend or family member. Shift focus. Example, play a game, read a book or blog post, listen to music or a podcast. Organize your closet, brush your teeth, chew gum, or use mouthwash. Recharged. Examples, take a break, meditate, listen to music, go outside, play with your kids. These are also positive ways to cope with your emotions, stress, and mental well-being. Change it up. We can be creatures of habit, and changing your routine can help overcome cravings. If you eat a treat or stop for fast food every day at the same time, this reinforces your craving. Change it up. Change your scenery, time, place, and activity. Examples: instead of stopping for fast food every day at 5 p.m., change your route home rather than grabbing your treat at 2 p.m. Take a walk. Check in with your needs. Example: do you need a break, food, beverage, or time to connect, relax, and unwind? Find a healthy substitution. If you are hungry and don't want an unhealthy treat, opt for a healthier one. Examples: fruit instead of a candy bar, popcorn or nuts instead of chips, yogurt instead of ice cream. Take a look at healthy food swaps for more ideas. If you want to have what you are craving, you can. Practice portion control and enjoy it in moderation. For example, if you are craving chocolate, have a small piece of chocolate and walk away. Additional strategies to prevent and reduce cravings. Manage stress. Stress can cause cravings for comfort foods and emotional eating. Drink plenty of water. Hunger and thirst can produce similar sensations in the brain and body. Get enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep can contribute to overeating and weight gain. Eat consistently. Allowing yourself to get too hungry can trigger and increase cravings. Maintain balance. Pairing carbs with protein and fat will keep you feeling fuller for longer. Remember, you are stronger than your cravings. They are only temporary. How would you overcome the next craving you have? Start noticing why you are experiencing cravings. Write it down in a journal to help identify your triggers. Be patient, take care of yourself, and listen to your body's needs. You've got this. Let's see. Audio Boost, Week 6, The Reality of Motivation. Week 6, Audio Boost, The Reality of Motivation. Dive deeper into your first 8 weeks of content with this audio boost from Coach Corin. Feeling unmotivated? That's okay. Uncover myths about motivation and learn how to jumpstart it to help you reach your goals. Coach Corin's Week 6 Audio Boost, The Reality of Motivation, Part 1. Next Audio Boost, The Reality of Motivation, Part 2. Article, Riola Peel Articles, Week 6. Riola Peel Articles, Week 6, your articles for the week in one easy click. We hope you have a great week with Riola Peel. Review this week's articles and reflect on your takeaways and learnings. Remember, you got this. Here are your articles this week. Strategies to eat moderately. Practice moderation to enjoy all your favorite foods and still lose weight. Control your cravings. Learn the science behind cravings and strategies to manage them. What are processed foods? Learn about processed foods and how to include them while supporting your health and weight loss. Healthy swaps for a healthier you. Find healthy swaps to help you stay within your nutritional goals. The scoop on sugar. Discover how added sugar impacts your health and weight loss, and strategies to reduce your added sugar intake. Artificial sweeteners. Learn about artificial sweeteners and determine if they fit into your healthy lifestyle. Week 6 Wellness Drop Summary. Recipe, workout, and mindfulness tip for the week. Articles. What are processed foods? What are processed foods? Learn about processed foods and how to include them while supporting your health and weight loss. Pop quiz. Which of the following are processed foods? A. Frozen pizza. B. Salad dressing. C. Deli meat. D. Crackers. E. All of the above. The answer: E. All the above. What are processed foods? Processed foods are any items altered in some way during preparation. This includes foods that are cooked, canned, frozen, packaged, or any other procedures that alter the food from its natural state. Levels of processed foods. Nearly all foods are processed to some extent, and not all processed foods are unhealthy. Minimally processed. Some foods must be minimally processed to keep you safe or lock in the nutritional value. Examples: frozen fruit and vegetables, dry beans, grains, nuts. Heavily processed. Other foods contain substances you wouldn't use in food preparation at home. Examples: artificial colorings and flavorings, thickeners and preservatives, hydrolyzed proteins, hydrogenated oils, bulking, foaming, or gelling agents. Levels of processed foods and examples: 1. Minimally, cooked vegetables and bagged produce, roasted nuts. 2. Somewhat, canned tomatoes or tuna, frozen fruits and vegetables, low-fat milk, and whole grains. 3. Moderately, jarred pasta sauce and salad dressing, yogurt, and cake mixes. 4. Highly, frozen and packaged meals, crackers, chips, and deli meats. Reflect. What processed foods are you consuming most and how often? Heavily processed foods can increase your cravings. Food manufacturers have worked hard to make their products irresistible and difficult to stop consuming. They design these foods to trigger the pleasure centers of your brain. You get instant satisfaction at first, but end up wanting more and more. Heavily processed foods are typically higher in calories, sugar, fat, and salt, and have very little nutritional value. Eating too many can lead to weight gain and obesity, diseases and conditions such as arthritis, diabetes, and heart disease, impairment of cognitive skills and self-control, chronic inflammation. It's not always immediately clear whether a food is highly processed. The most reliable way to identify highly processed food is to read the ingredients label. Read nutrition labels. We got added sugars. These are sugars that manufacturers add to food during processing. Sources like desserts, sodas, energy and coffee drinks, sauces and condiments, bread, yogurt. Recommendations. The Dietary Guidelines for Americans 2020-2025 recommends limiting added sugars to less than 10% of your daily calories. The American Heart Association, AHA, has stricter guidelines and recommends you limit added sugars to no more than 6% of your daily calories. This could look like, for men, 3 tablespoons, 36 grams, or 150 calories per day. For women, that's 2 tablespoons, 25 grams, or 100 calories per day. Choose natural sugars that are in fruits, vegetables, and dairy. Sodium. This is a nutrient that your body needs to function, but most people consume too much. On average, people consume 3,400 milligrams mg of sodium per day, which is much higher than the recommended daily intake. Sources are frozen dinners, processed meats, chips, pretzels, condiments. Recommendations. The AHA recommends an ideal limit of 1,500 mgs per day while setting a maximum limit of 2,300 mgs per day. 1 teaspoon of salt. Cutting back by 1,000 milligrams per day can significantly improve your blood pressure and heart health. Practice portion control and swap in healthier options. Saturated and trans fat. These are unhealthy fats. Saturated fats are found in all animal foods and some plant sources. Trans fats form when vegetable oil goes through a process called hydrogenation, partially hydrogenated oils. Sources: baked goods, microwave popcorn, frozen pizza, fried food, margarine. Recommendations. The American Heart Association recommends aiming for no more than 5 to 6% of daily calories to come from saturated fat. Aim to get most of your fat from unsaturated fats like olive oil, nuts, and seeds. Look at the nutrition label to choose lower saturated and trans fat options. Nitrates and nitrites. These preservatives are often in cured meat sources like salami, bacon, ham, sausages, canned meat. Recommendations: limit. Artificial sugars. These are synthetic sugar substitutes derived from plants, herbs, or chemicals in a lab. Sources: diet drinks and other sugar-free foods and drinks. Recommendations: proceed with caution. Artificial colors and flavors. These are chemical substances that enhance the taste and appearance of food. Sources: candy, drinks, and baked foods. Recommendations: limit. These additives and chemically altered substances may be giving our bodies the wrong signals instead of what they need to function properly. Also, the standard American diet, supermarkets, vending machines, and drive-thrus are full of heavily processed foods that appeal to our taste buds but compromise our health. Start being mindful of your processed food intake, especially heavily processed foods. Remember, you are what you eat, and heavily processed foods don't properly fuel your body. Reducing the amount of processed foods you consume and practicing moderation will help you feel good while supporting your health and weight loss. Article: Healthy swaps for a healthier you. Healthier swaps for a healthier you. Find healthy swaps to help you stay within your nutritional goals. Reflect what situations, cravings, meals, or snacks would you like to swap with healthy food? Look at the list below for some sweet, salty, crunchy, and creamy swaps to incorporate into your daily food intake to fuel your body and meet your nutritional goals. Swaps for sweet foods. Fruit: sliced bananas, frozen grapes, dates, watermelon, frozen fruit bar, yogurt and pudding, low sugar yogurt, sugar-free pudding made with skim milk, chia pudding. Smoothie: delicious smoothie recipes from the Real Foods Nutrition Guide. Dark chocolate with frozen bananas and trail mix, a piece of a candy bar. Gum: sugar-free government. Check out the nutrition guide here for many recipes with healthy swaps. Swaps for salty foods: vegetables, cauliflower tots, edamame, snap peas, black olives, hummus with veggies. Protein: hard-boiled eggs or canned tuna. Snacks: popcorn, baked sweet potato chips, rice cakes, peanut butter. Swaps for crunchy foods: vegetables, raw veggies with plain Greek yogurt, kale, and veggie chips. Snap peas, edamame. Protein: unsalted nuts, crispy chickpeas, peanut butter, and celery. Whole grains: baked tortilla chips, whole grain cereal, no added sugar, or homemade sweet potato chips. Swaps for creamy foods: avocado, plain avocado spread on bread, veggies dipped in guacamole. Warm nut butter, peanut, almond, cashew, sunflower. Hummus: chickpea, black bean, carrot, edamame, avocado. Pureed berries: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. Swaps for sugary beverages: sparkling water or water infusions, unsweetened iced tea, coffee, black or low-fat options without sugar or whipped cream. Red wine, 5-ounce glass. Red wine contains more antioxidants than hard liquor. Remember to check the nutrition labels when looking for healthy swaps. Practice portion control and continue tracking your calories. Make your homemade meals a healthier version with these easy ingredient swaps. Ingredient swaps. Instead of butter, oil, margarine, use applesauce or reduce the amount of butter. Instead of sour cream, use low-fat yogurt or sour cream. Crispy fried onion toppings, sliced almonds, regular cheese or milk, low-fat or non-fat cheese and milk. Cream soups and sauces, low-sodium broth-based soups and sauces. White rice, cauliflower rice, ice cream, sherbet, low-fat or fat-free frozen yogurt, granola, bran flakes, cooked grits or oats, ground beef, ground turkey, chicken or turkey with skin, chicken or turkey without skin, white meat, beef chuck, rib, brisket, beef loin round, trimmed of extra fat, pork sausage, turkey or vegetable sausage tofu. Real appeal. What healthy swaps would you use? Which of your favorite recipes could use an ingredient swap? Little changes in your nutrition can go a long way. Healthy home cooking and grocery shopping set you up for a healthy, nutritious week. Challenge yourself to incorporate swaps into your week. Maybe you and your family and friends will find a new favorite meal. Article Session 6 Snapshots. Session 6 Snapshots review the information your coach shared during this week's group session. For your reference, you can download a PDF of Session 6 Snapshots or view them below. Content videos: enjoying in moderation and craving sugar and sodium. Enjoying in moderation, craving sugar and sodium. Rally Coach Real Appeal Week 6. Real Appeal Choose Your Agenda Week 6. 1. Shifting to a moderation sustainability mindset. 2. Maintaining sugar and sodium intake. 3. Managing cravings. Real Appeal Ditch the all or nothing mentality. Extreme mindset: I need to stop eating carbs. Sustainable mindset: I will eat more veggies and whole grains. I have to exercise every day. I will aim for 3 days of planned exercise. Think less about cutting out, more about adding in. Real Appeal moderation strategies. Decide when you will splurge. Fill up before a treat. Stay hydrated. Plan for challenges. Practice portion control. Tune into your environment. What else helps you not go overboard? Real Appeal sugar and sodium limits. Limit sugar to less than 10% of daily calories. Daily intake: treat calories, added sugar, 1500 calories, 150, 37 grams, 1800 calories, 180, 45 grams, 2000 calories, 250 grams. Use artificial sweeteners in moderation. Limit sodium to 1500 to 2300 milligrams per day. Real Appeal the cause of cravings. It could be 1. Emotions, 2. Not eating enough, 3. Cues in your environment, 4. Hormonal changes. Strategies: build awareness, eat every 3 to 4 hours, choose healthier options first, fill up on protein and fiber. Real Appeal take control of your cravings in the moment. 1. Pause and be mindful. 2. Pick a strategy. 3. Reflect afterwards. Strategies: prioritize sleep, manage stress, delay and distract, eat and drink regularly, healthy swap. Real Appeal what's ahead week 7. 1. Your food story. 2. Understanding hunger signals. 3. Emotional eating triggers. Article The Scoop on Sugar. The Scoop on Sugar. Discover how added sugar impacts your health and weight loss, plus strategies to reduce your added sugar intake. We hear people talking about sugar all the time, but how much do you know about it? Let's take a pop quiz. Pop quiz instructions for each statement: answer true or false. 1. Everyone needs sugar to maintain proper blood sugar levels in the body. 2. The average American consumes 24 teaspoons of added sugar a day. 3. Beverages are the leading source of added sugar over snacks and sweets. If you answer true to all of the questions above, you are correct. The average American consumes a lot of added sugar, which harms their health and can lead to weight gain. According to the National Cancer Institute, adults consume 17 teaspoons of added sugar daily. That's equivalent to 270 calories. Explore the difference between natural and added sugar and how added sugar impacts your health. Sugar 101. There are 2 types of sugars: naturally occurring sugars and sweeteners, and added sugars. Natural sugars. These sugars are found naturally in foods. Natural sugars are usually not an issue for health and weight because they contain fiber, vitamins, water, and antioxidants. However, it is possible to consume too much. Sources: fruits, fructose, and milk, lactose. Check with your doctor if you are diabetic, type 1 or 2 or pre. You may need to limit some of these foods. Natural sweeteners. Companies often promote these sugar substitutes as healthier than sugar or other sugar substitutes, but even these natural sweeteners often undergo processing and refining and contain a lot of sugar. Natural sweeteners that the FDA recognizes as generally safe include fruit juice and nectars, honey, molasses, maple syrup. The good news is that these natural sweeteners provide a few more nutrients than table sugar. The not so good news is that they still contain calories, and it's best to consume them in moderation. Added sugars. This can be naturally and non-naturally occurring sugars that companies add to foods or beverages during processing, or sugars you add to your food or beverages. Non-natural sugars deliver calories with no nutritional value. Read the nutrition label to find out how many grams of added sugar the company has added to the food or beverage. Sources: beverages, soft drinks, juice, sweetened iced tea, coffee, energy drinks, and more. Foods: cookies, cakes, pies, and candy. Examples of foods high in added sugar in grams: 1 cookie, 15 grams. 1 piece of cake with frosting, 60 grams. 1 donut, 13 grams. Candy, 20 to 30 grams. Half a cup of ice cream, 12 to 24 grams. 12-ounce can of soda, 40 grams. 1 cup of juice, 23 grams. 16-ounce frappuccino, 55 grams. 12-ounce sports drinks, 21 grams. 4-ounce margarita, 12 grams. 1 cup of breakfast cereal, 14 grams. 1 granola bar, 15 grams. 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 4 grams. 1 tablespoon of sriracha, 3 grams. Stick with naturally sweetened foods and limit your added sugar intake. Monitor your sugar intake by reading labels to help you learn how much you consume daily. Tips to spot added sugar on the nutrition label. Tip 1. Any word ending with OSE is a sugar. Examples: sucrose, dextrose, fructose, or maltose. Tip 2. Look for common sugar disguises on food labels. Examples: sucrose, maltose, corn syrup, or fruit juice concentrates. Bottom line, natural sugars contain a wealth of nutritional value in many dietary staples like fruit and dairy. Focus on limiting the amount of added sugars you consume for your health and weight loss. Cutting back on sugar has many health benefits. Regulate your blood sugar levels and decrease your risk for type 2 diabetes. Manage your weight and reduce belly fat. Improve your skin and oral health. Reduce the risk of heart and liver disease. Reflect what foods and beverages are adding sugar to your nutrition. How much are you consuming? How much sugar is okay? Moderation is the practice of avoiding extremes and means enjoying foods while feeling in control. Keep added sugars under 10% of your daily calories if the rest of your nutrition is healthy. The chart below breaks down what moderation looks like in terms of calories with added sugar. Recommended healthy intake of added sugars is less than 10% of your daily calorie intake. Note, a teaspoon of sugar is about 4 grams and 16 calories. Daily calorie intake example: 1,300, 1,500, 1,800, 2,000. Added sugar maximum grams: 32.5 grams, 37 grams, 45 grams, 50 grams. Equivalent teaspoon TSP: 8 TSP, 9 TSP, 11 TSP, 12.5 TSP. Calorie from added sugar: 130 calories, 150 calories, 180 calories, 200 calories. Food example: 1 piece of cheesecake, 12-ounce can of soda, 4 cookies, 16-ounce frappuccino. Strategies to decrease your added sugar intake. As you start to learn how much added sugar you are consuming, here are some tips to limit your intake. Track your intake. Read labels and track the amount of added sugar you consume. The strategy helps you learn how much you are consuming so you can set limits for yourself. Toast the table sugar. Slowly decrease the sugar you add to food, beverages, or recipes. Example: use 1 teaspoon instead of 2 teaspoons for your recipe. Eat fresh, frozen, dried, or canned fruits. Choose fruit can in water or natural juice, and avoid fruit can in syrup. Drain and rinse in a colander to remove excess syrup or juice. Make a healthy swap. Explore healthy swaps for sweet, salty, crunchy, and creamy foods. Use spices or extracts to add more flavor to your food. Spices like ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. Extracts: almonds, vanilla, orange, lemon. Choose a low-calorie or sugar-free drink. Soft fruits, sport, and energy drinks, and sometimes coffee and tea can be filled with added sugars. Swapping your beverage with water is one of the simplest ways to cut back. If you don't love water, visit the water bar, page 61 to 64 of the following PDF in the Real Food Nutrition Guide, recipes for some recipes. Tip: bookmark this link for just the recipe section of the Real Food Nutrition Guide. You will find healthy recipes for many common dishes. Add fruit. Add strawberries, blueberries, apples, or mango to your food. Examples: fresh or frozen fruit with your oatmeal or salad. Compare nutrition labels and choose options lower in added sugar. You can find added sugar in the ingredient list on the label under total sugars. Check out Appendix G in the Real Foods Nutrition Guide, appendix found on page 11 of the link PDF for more terms that represent hidden sugars. Create a plan. Check out strategies to eat moderately for more techniques to feel in control. Now that you have this scoop on sugar, what techniques would help you decrease your added sugar intake? Start tracking how much you are consuming and take it one step at a time. Reducing your added sugar intake can take time. Be patient with yourself and remember why you started. Weekly bonus content, Week 6 Wellness Drop Summary. Week 6 Wellness Drop Summary, your one-stop shop for this week's wellness drops. This week's wellness drops included recipe peach cobbler overnight oats, workout 20-minute metabolic bootcamp, mindfulness tips, pause for 1 minute before giving into a craving, reflect on why you are having the craving and do what's best for your body. Don't forget to track. Learn more in this Manage Your Cravings with Moderation article. Stay informed and empowered on your weight management journey by signing up for Healthline Weight Management Newsletter. Real Appeal and our affiliate Healthline are both part of RVO Health LLC. Article: Artificial Sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners. Learn about artificial sweeteners and determine if they fit into your healthy lifestyle. We've all seen the yellow, pink, and blue color packets at the table when dining out. These are artificial sweeteners and they are all around us. Artificial sweeteners healthy? Keep reading to find out. What are artificial sweeteners? Artificial sweeteners are food additives that serve as sugar substitutes. They are also known as non-nutritive sweeteners, NNS, or sugar substitutes. They are designed to sweeten foods and beverages without using sugar and have virtually no calories. They are in many foods and drinks marketed as sugar-free or diet. You can also find them in processed sweets and jar foods like candy, pudding, jams, and jellies. Beverages like diet soda, sports drinks, coffee, iced tea, or powder mixes. The Food and Drug Administration (FDA) has labeled 5 sweeteners as generally recognized as safe. 1. Aspartame. Brand names equal Sugar Twin and NutraSweet. 2. Acesulfame K. Brand names Sonnet and Sweet One. 3. Neotame. Brand names Nutame. 4. Saccharin. Brand names Sweet and Low, Sweet Twin, and Nectar Sweet. 5. Sucralose. Brand name Splenda. Reflect: how often do you use these sweeteners? Guidelines for using artificial sweeteners. The American Heart Association strongly recommends limiting added sugars. One way you can limit your overall sugar and calorie intake is by using artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are intensely sweet, and you only need to use a small amount to match the same sweetness you get from sugar. You can include foods and beverages that contain sweeteners in a healthy lifestyle as long as the calories you save are not added back later in the day. Proceed cautiously with artificial sweeteners. The way the body and brain respond to sweeteners is complex. Research has shown they can cause sweet cravings and tempt you to choose sweet foods over nutritious options. They can overstimulate your taste buds and change the way you taste food, be addicting, have different side effects among different people, such as tooth decay, digestive issues, increased blood sugar levels, and higher blood pressure, to name a few. Bottom line: practice portion control. Review nutrition labels and be mindful of how many sweeteners you consume daily. Pros and cons of artificial sweeteners. Pros: use, save calories and sugar intake. Cons: companies manufacture them. They are potentially addictive and they may have potential side effects. So, should you consume them? It's up to you. Take a look at the pros and cons and decide for yourself if artificial sweeteners are for you. Bottom line: focus on consuming natural sugars and using natural sweeteners as substitutes. Natural sugars are found naturally in fruits and dairy products. Fruits: strawberries, cantaloupe, banana, raspberries, lemon, mango, apple, kiwi. Dairy like milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, kefir cheese. The FDA recognizes these natural sweeteners as generally safe sugar substitutes. Fruit juices and nectars, honey, molasses, maple syrup. Ultimately, while artificial sweeteners offer a zero-calorie option to reduce sugar intake, a balanced approach, prioritizing moderation, natural sweet sources remains the most recommended path to wellness. Video Crystal Success Story. Crystal Success Story.